Okay, hello, fabulous ladies. Today, I want to have a great conversation about AI. It's because somebody was saying they were using it for something, and I was like, no, no, you can't do that. Like they were like using it in place of, I don't know, God or something that was just like, no, this is a tool that we use. Period.
I could see how it could substitute as a higher power, though, because it's very affirming.
I do. To the creators of ChatGPT, I love that feature that you guys have programmed in for it to tell me that I have good ideas.
Except for when you don't have good ideas and it's being told, it tells you that you're having good ideas and it is wrong.
We encountered that recently with my husband had a kidney stone and he was like talking with ChatGPT about should he go to the hospital. And my husband doesn't want to go to the hospital. And the ChatGPT was like, yeah, you should just rest at home. And I'm like,
solid choice. Yeah.
You're not. So yes, I love AI, but there's some limits.
Okay. So I don't want y'all using AI as your guide. I don't want you to use AI as your medical professional. I don't want you guys doing all of that. I love AI. I probably use it daily. And at times I use it a lot.
Well, and then this is a good mix because I don't like AI. So we have two people that love AI and one person that's like, absolutely not. It's going to overthrow the people.
I think it is a tool, and if people can remember it is a tool, like it is an instrument, it is a device, it is something to aid you. It shouldn't take the place of these things. So the specific topic for today, so that I don't just get off on a rant about people inappropriately using AI, the specific title for today was, I can't find it. Here it is. AI as a relationship coach, friend or foe. AI as a relationship coach, friend or foe. Okay, so Jessica, I'm going to let you take it first. All right, because you actually were a relationship coach. And so what do you think?
The problem with AI and using it in this function is that it affirms any of your biases. So like, if you're racist, it's going to make you more racist. If you're suicidal, it's going to make you more suicidal. If you're insecure, it's probably not going to help a whole lot.
Right.
Because it's going to be like, well, I really think I'm terrible. And you're like, yeah, you might be, because it affirms whatever you say. And so it's one of those things that like, we have to understand if we're going in with a specific prompt or a specific tool, like give me reasons to stay in my relationship, that's probably a good way to use it. Yeah. Give me a script to talk dirty to my partner, it's going to be great for that.
Yeah.
Do not take life advice from a computer. It doesn't care about whether or not you live or die or are in a relationship.
Right.
It has no stake in the fact that it doesn't want anything.
Right.
And so if you cease to exist, it's also okay with it. So like,
the limits. Okay. Amanda, what do you say? AI is relationship coach, friend or foe?
So I want to say 50-50 friend and foe. I want to reflect a lot of what Jessica's saying. Like, I love AI for its ability to like survey the internet. So like, I've used it, in my work with our practice. Like, give me 10 ideas for couples who haven't had sex in 6 months. Like some things to talk about.
Yeah.
I love the thing, but I agree with Jessica that it can't replace the human touch, and it is built to affirm. It's built to affirm whatever you're putting out. It feels really good when you ask it, like, "Am I being crazy?" And it's like, "You're not crazy." Stuff like that. It feels really good, but that doesn't mean you don't need a therapist or a relationship coach.
Right?
But I do think that what I like about it in this work and talking about as a relationship coach is that it can really give you ideas you haven't thought about before.
Yeah.
You go to it gives you ideas you haven't thought about before, and it can present them in a really approachable way, like step by step.
Mm-hmm.
Tweak things a little bit. Say, hey, like I'm actually an introvert, not an extrovert. Can you get for this or that? So, I don't disagree with Jessica as much as maybe I thought at the beginning. She's like, but I will say, like, as far as creation of art and media, I'm not an AI fan, but it can be really useful.
Yeah, I think it is a great adjunct to a professional relationship coach or a therapist or a doctor or whatever. It can be a nice adjunctive and give you a little bit more information or fill in the gaps. And so I love it. I love AI for journal prompts. Really quickly can come up with 30 journal prompts. But I've been in session with people, and I know I, as a human being, had to share with the client how they were occurring for me as another human being. And AI won't be able to do that for you as a relationship coach. And sometimes you need to know. You need to know. If you are straight and you are dating straight and everybody thinks that you're gay and you don't understand why, it is going to be a real therapist that says, okay, this is what's happening. This is what I'm seeing. And so I don't think there is a substitute for human, like you said, human touch, human relationship, human compassion. But I have seen AI be a great adjunctive. And so to be able to put in, hey, we've talked about this today, create 15 journal prompts for my client to be able to journal on each day. And so we'll talk about it in the next session. Like, how is this occurring? And so I want people using AI as a tool and a person who depends on it quite heavily. I'm saying that with full love of AI. Like I love it, and don't use it too much. Like chocolate. I love it. It's great. Don't eat too much. You can't do it too much. Alcohol. Makes you feel good. Don't do it too much. Like, use it responsibly. Understand the confines in which you're operating in. Understand that, like, it has never told me, no, Natalie, that's a bad idea. That's not good. I enjoy it. I enjoy it probably more than I should. And also, I know I need human feedback. Like, I need somebody who's going to say, Natalie, that's the idiot. That you're like, stop, just stop. I need that in my life. And so I want to make sure you guys are balancing. Okay, Jessica, I see you like wanting to.
Yeah. So I put a link into the chat so you can watch that later. But there is a fantastic video by Katie Asaurus, who is a sex and intimacy ASEX certified coach. Mm-hmm. And she has 2 master's degrees in Shakespearean something or other. And talked about, like, oh my God, AI is going to be really amazing. And then she proceeds to do this whole video on how bad it is because it lied about direct sources, it lied about direct quotes, and it just made shit up that was like, oh yeah, they said this. It's not in the primary document. And so I think a lot of times, like, and I get frustrated because I saw something because I have a lot of friends in academia. There were like, so many people are using this and substitute for critical thought. And there's research that if you use AI, ChatGPT regularly, your brain actually gets dumber. Like, you are not using your brain to do the brain things. You're relying on a computer to feed you answers. Mm-hmm. And so, like, she goes through of like, this is how I find the primary document. This is how I searched for this. This is what it came up multiple times. And she's like, okay, well, maybe I did it this way, and like does it this way to see what that looks like. But like the prompt that I saw for academia was use it to do research, and then your project is debunking all of the ways that it got it wrong.
That would be really good.
So that you can fact check and really look at the primary documents and not like, well, clearly it speaks the truth.
Yeah. All right. I had another thought, but I lost it. So Amanda, what do you want to say?
I totally agree with Jessica about how AI can make your brain kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But, as you were talking, Natalie, about like the benefits of AI, like the journal prompts and things that we can like use, I was thinking about like with couples, I wonder how many people try to like use AI to like coach themselves to be a better partner.
Oh, yeah.
I know I've encouraged clients to do that. Like, hey, if you want some ideas about like talking dirty or like some open-ended prompts for conversations to increase intimacy, like look at ChatGPT for sure. But I'm curious, like, I wonder how many couples like maybe do that, and maybe like if one, like how it might feel for the partner that's like not using AI, like all of a sudden, like that's what's coming up for me. So sorry if that's not exactly what we were talking about, but
no, I think we could definitely shift to that, because I definitely have said, okay, I need to say this to somebody. Give me a couple of ways to say it, whether it's a rebuff or it is or something. And I felt and chosen AI. And so in conversations, I think it could definitely be helpful when you don't know where to start on a hard conversation. And so I would ask, though, so that your information comes out a little bit better, that you say, and I know you don't have to understand what I'm saying to use it, but according to the Gottman style of communication, which is a leading marriage and family therapist, or the EFT style of communication, or the Imago style of communication. You don't have to know what those mean, but like feed those in, help me figure out how to say this to my partner. Like I'd love you to be able to do that. That'd be pretty cool. Or just, I want to be really nice and compassionate with this conversation. What's a great way to start? But also making sure you're also problem solving for yourself. And so, because I don't want you like in the middle of a sex conversation or sex in the bed at night being like, oh, let me go ask ChatGPT. I do want you to have the skills for yourself. I do. And so I feel like, yes, technology but I felt that way since the cell phone, because at one point I felt like I had like hundreds of phone numbers in my brain that I could come up with at any point in time, because we used to, if anybody remembers, have to know people's phone numbers to dial them. And so now I know that part of my brain has been steadily shrinking since the last 20 years since I've had a cell phone of just numbers and everything. And so even when I do math, I'm like, let me check myself on the calculator. Like 4 times 4 was 16, I believe. And so so with that being said, as you use AI, please try to do things to keep your brain engaged, to keep your brain learning. And so whether that's reading new books or doing Sudoku every morning, but making sure that you are, and as a culture, like we got lazier and fatter and we created gyms because we left cultivation. We left that agricultural society and came to work in factories and live in apartments and all of that. And so we've had to create gyms to make sure that we were getting that. And so the exercise, that resistance that our body needed, it's not getting any more from like chopping 10 trees down a day. And so making sure that like there's just balance to everything, like balancing it out. So if we're going to rely on AI in some ways, making sure you balance it out. And again, I don't think AI is a substitute. And so I'm going to say it as a relationship coach, it's going to be a foe. It's going to be a foe. So, all right. Jessica, did you want to add anything? And then I'll get back to you, Amanda.
I mean, just kind of when you were talking, it makes me think of the movie WALL-E, like where everybody had little hover carts and we're in front of a screen all of the time, and we're just fed like more and more processed foods where it was just shakes, and the whole goal was to get on the ship to let the earth like heal and process. But then that was like never really the goal, because corporate America was like, ha ha ha, we've now got them trapped. And it's only with a series of accidents do people unplug. Like they, like Wally's in there causing destruction, and two people lose their thing and they're like, wow, look at this. And then they genuinely connect without technology. And so it's also, please, please, please monitor how much you're watching television, how much you're on your phone, how much you're doom scrolling. I found out about this super cute free app that has a bean that knits socks. And when you put it on your phone and it knits socks, but you can't do anything else on your phone while it's knitting. Because if you try and do anything on your phone while it's knitting, it will drop stitches and it will be a sad bean. And it can't, like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm going to go sit in a corner and cry now. And so like, but if you leave it alone, it'll complete the socks, and then you can trade the socks for other things to decorate its little environment and like enrich its environment. But it's about letting it, putting it down, walking away.
Oh, that's so good.
I like that.
But I love the creativity of that. I think I love the creativity. And so one of the things I think I see AI as is a stepping stone to be able to do more and more things, to get creative in new ways, because I'm no longer bogged down in research for 20 hours of this one thing. Now I can get that thought about and handled and get on to the next thinking thing that I need to think about. And so I see it as like a workhorse of like being able to just like get things done. And so I want more people, I just want you guys to see it as a tool and not a entity. Not an entity. All right. So, all right. If people were going to try to use it as a relationship coach, because I know y'all going to try and you're not going to listen. All right. What 3 tips you would give them? Amanda, let's go first. 3 rules if you're going to use AI as your relationship coach. 3 rules.
3 rules. Be careful with what information you put in, because everybody's listening. That's one. And I mean by that, if you have a kink that is outside the norm, there's all kinds of stuff we can put on the internet that might raise flags. So be careful. And not just flags, it's our privacy. Like, be careful what you're putting on the internet. 2 is to take it in measured doses. Kind of like you were saying, Natalie, and I said earlier, it can't replace human touch and human opinion. So use AI sparingly and rely on experts, or go to experts when you need help. And 3 is, don't get stuck in the computer world. Get out and do it. Like, you can ask for tips 100 times, but if you're not actually doing the tips or like putting those interventions in place, talk to one of us. Like, come to our practice, reach out to a therapist, and see how to get you past that block or over the hump of the actual doing of it.
All right. Jessica Renard, 3 tips for somebody who's going to try to use AI as a relationship coach.
There's a difference between a tool and a crutch. Like, making sure that you can do it without it. That you have the confidence to operate, to speak to your partner, to do all of those things without it, because it shouldn't be an end all be all. Being very aware of how much you use it, and can you do it without it, because that's a problem if you can't be in your relationship without AI. Be very respectful of what it provides to you, because it just makes, like, when you were saying those names, like, those are all copyrighted materials. Someone used their brain to come up with those. Now, we can use the computer to skim things and to find things quickly, but we also need to respect the amount of work that went into a lot of the property that is just being hastily consumed very, very quickly. That was somebody's life labor. That was somebody's years of work. That we need to respect that and not degrade it, not use it for our own devices, not try and make money off of it. Like, be aware that this was somebody's labor of love. And just be very specific when you are using a tool. If you want to use a screwdriver, you need a flathead versus a Phillips. Don't just like, well, I need a screwdriver, but I don't know what kind of screw I'm putting in. You're not ready to use a screwdriver yet then. Like, figure out what you need it for and then go and find it. Don't just like wander around.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. My 3 tips would be: 1, right now, AI is in a learning phase. And so even though it's giving you guys answers, it is more focused on getting information from you of what questions and everything. And so 1A is ads are coming. People will be able to buy and influence the responses. And so it may be kind of open market now. No. I actually did something, actually it was about like 2-3 months ago, and it gave me book titles with the direct link to buy it off of Amazon. And so know that, just know that, like, just know that, please, and conduct yourselves accordingly. B, use it as a tool, use it as an adjunct, use it as a secondary means. And then 3 is have fun. Have fun. Yeah. Have fun, because I think it could be fun, and if it's handled correctly, almost like driving a car. Like, if we give a 2-year-old a car, you're not ready, you're gonna wreck. 5, 6, 7, same thing, but an adult can use it to travel across the world and travel across the continent, and see wonderful things and visit people and make the connections happen and everything. And so it's a new technology, and it will be able to help us, but it can also, kind of like vehicles, also hurt us if we're not careful. Okay. All right. Closing thoughts, fabulous ladies. This was a fabulous conversation.
Get out there and connect.
Yeah.
Like, with ChatGPT if you need to, but get out there. You deserve it. Yeah.
All right. Jessica, closing thoughts?
I feel like so much of what's going through my head feels like a conspiracy theory, and like if I say the thought, like, don't do it, just don't do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Somebody else is thinking it too. Go ahead.
Oh, well, it's just one of those things that it's like, I worry about the level of capitalism and the level of influence that people have, and that it feels like a very, very slippery slope. And it's very scary. It's just very scary. I mean, I remember seeing Minority Report and iRobot and so many of the different, like, predictive things, and it's like, we're not far away from some of those things, and we're not prepared for that. So yeah.
All right, my closing thoughts is buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you, ladies, for today. This is a great conversation, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy Labor Day. Yeah, have a great Labor Day weekend. All right. Bye-bye.